The lighthouses in Port Dalhousie are two of the most familiar landmarks in St. Catharines. They can be seen from Lakeport Road, Lakeside Park, and of course the water. They have been visual landmarks to millions of sailors and tourists who have traveled Lake Ontario into port over the last 2 centuries. The first lighthouse in the harbour was built in 1852, close to where the Inner Range Lighthouse is today. With the increasing marine traffic in the canal at the time, it was determined that a second lighthouse was necessary to safely guide ships in and out of the second Welland Canal and later the third Welland Canal. The second, or Outer Range Lighthouse, was built in 1879. Together, the two lighthouses mark the placement and length of the narrow canal entrance, which could be difficult to navigate through, especially when ships were confronted with strong winds and stormy weather. The first Inner Range Lighthouse had a light which rotated every minute and could be seen 20 kilometers out in clear weather. It was also equipped with bells that were rung by hand to answer signals from ships. This lighthouse was replaced with a more up-to-date lighthouse in 1893. Unfortunately, the second Inner Range Lighthouse had a very short life because it burned to the ground after being struck by lightning in 1898. The new, or third Inner Range Lighthouse, is 60 meters high and is 8-sided in plan. It has a stone foundation and a tapered frame which supports a 12-sided lantern and a beaver-shaped weather vane. The octagonal shape was chosen because it allowed builders to construct a stronger and taller structure. The frame was covered in cut boards that were diagonally placed and then clad with cedar shingles. The window and door were decorated with projecting frames topped by small pediments. The 4-story lighthouse has windows on each level which provide additional interior light and enable the lighthouse keeper to view activities in the harbour and on the lake. The lighthouse was also equipped with sleeping and eating quarters, cupboards, a kitchen table, a coal bin, and a stove with venting for heating. However, it was not normally used as a residence. The lighthouse keeper's home was located to the east on Michigan Beach. The interior walls and ceilings are covered with beaded board, which has also been diagonally installed and painted green. Access to the lantern is provided by 4 very steep and narrow wooden staircases. The rises are 27 centimeters high, the treads are 30 centimeters deep, however, they only have 8 centimeters of stepping surface. After the opening of the 4th Welland Canal in 1932, the lighthouses were only used to guide pleasure ships and boats in and out of Port Dalhousie's harbour. In 1968, both lighthouses were automated, so a lighthouse keeper was no longer required. By 1988, it was found that the dual lighthouse system was no longer needed and the Inner Range light was extinguished. The Outer Range Lighthouse is still used as a navigational aid and is maintained by the Canadian Coast Guard in Prescott, Ontario. Today, both lighthouses are designated as structures of historical significance and serve as a symbol of St. Catharines and its maritime history.